because I want to talk to you about something that you've been talking about all tournament.
Yeah.
Last one standing now, South American, Argentina. We were wondering if this was the year that we are going to see a South American side lift the World Cup, and Brazil were the favourites, and today they've gone out. And at one point as well, it looked as though it might be Argentina too, because you always feel that momentum plays a huge part in these kind of games. And I was thinking inside, is this suddenly going Netherlands' way? Is it gone in their favour? And I couldn't decide it, like various points throughout this whole game. Is it going their way now? Is it their way? I love the feist from the two sides in extra time. I love seeing that from both of them. It felt like, just growing up, it gave me so much nostalgia of those big battles on the pitch. But in the end, Argentina have seen it through. Is it their destiny? Is this the year that Lionel Messi finally does get to lift?
I have no idea.
I know, because we've had so many surprises, haven't we?
Yeah, that's the thing. Because there's been so many twists and turns to this World Cup, I don't know what to tell you. You would think that the football gods are looking down on us and saying, all right, I know we scared you a little bit, but it really is Lionel Messi's time to win this World Cup. To your point about South Americans, I said something, I tweeted something during the match when it went to extra time. And that's why I was saying that I was very happy from a neutral standpoint, and I guess a South American one, to see that, psychologically speaking, Argentina kind of came back into themselves in extra time. Because I thought once that free kick went in from the Dutch, I thought that's it. They're going to fall like a flan in a cupboard. They're just completely going to mess up here. And they're going to just let the moment get the best of them. But to their credit, they didn't. They kept fighting. They kept pushing. Obviously, some sneaky moments. They hit the post in extra time as well. Some good chances from Lionel Messi. And they took it to penalties. And even in penalties, Kay, I thought psychologically they would mess up, but they didn't. So I think that right now, they're looking very good on beating a very strong Croatia. Though, Kay, I mean, we thought Brazil were going to win it, and look what Croatia did. So I don't know. But I'll tell you something. It's definitely taking a lot out of me to think that, Messi and Argentina can make it to the final. This is going to be quite an interesting semi-final ride. It's kind of amazing.
It's interesting looking at some of the odds makers as well. With some, they have Argentina as favourites now. I think that's why Xhaka bounced, because you may remember that he went for Argentina all along, stood firm on it.
Okay.
And then after they lost to Saudi Arabia, he changed his mind famously on ESPN FC, took a lot of flack for it. And I think that's why he's just disappeared, because he doesn't want to have to deal with this line of questioning.
Yeah, so he's not. Well, so who does he have now then?
Oh, well, that's the fun. Like, now I don't know, because he stayed firm on Brazil. He wouldn't turn back even when we were seeing the World Cup.
And you can't go back on Argentina, right? Okay, you can't allow him to do that anymore.
Well, we didn't. And then we wiped the slate clean. But even when we gave everybody the chance to do the slate again from the knockout rounds, I don't think anybody picked Argentina to go all the way and win it. And obviously, it's still early days right now after what we've seen from Croatia. You can't underestimate them. And we've got the other quarterfinals coming up too. But it is just interesting to see how they've weathered the storms that they've been put through so far. Because don't forget, like, losing your opening game to Saudi Arabia in the way that they did, you wondered, are they going to let their heads drop now? Is this going to be in their minds too much? And even we talked about it on the ESPN FC show, Luis. It's something that's really important. It's that the unity with not just the team, but with the fans as well. Yeah. And on that Messi missed penalty, even in this tournament, you're hearing the fans, Messi, Messi, straight away after him, to boost him up, to show that everybody's behind the whole team. And it just feels like they're all together as one in this. And I know that's usually the case when it's a World Cup, that you are behind your nation. It's not like in domestic football where you might be getting a bit frustrated with your side as the tournament goes on. But they just have that sense of inevitability in those, even before coming into it, before it, so many people were like, oh, is this written? Yeah. But this is just because this is recency bias as well, Luis. It's because of what we've seen.
We just finished watching it, and we're part of it.
Because we've got all what's coming up. Yeah. Who knows what we're going to be talking about tomorrow?
You bring some really good points. One, I think the Argentina faithful has been a determinant factor. It did, a couple of those matches felt like La Bombonera or Monumental. You definitely felt that Argentinian support, and I think you make a really good point about the unity within this team. Ultimately, all coming together to support Lionel Messi, who, in my opinion, I think by the end of it all will come down as the greatest player the game has ever seen. Because, you know, never mind that reverse assist. And here's Ryan O'Hanlon's. Now that Messi's having the best World Cup of his career at age 35, I've moved from him #1 to #1 in my rankings of the best soccer players of all time. So I'm with you, Ryan. Listen, here's the thing. At 35 years old, he is the depiction of what John Keats says, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. This man is creating art on the pitch. And in Spanish, a lot of people say, you know, Ronaldo's out of this world, but, you know, Ronaldo's the best player in the world, but Messi's from another planet. And I always think that when I think of watching him play, it's amazing. And I think I go back to your point, Kay. I think destiny's here, and it's pointing all directions to this man from Rosario, Argentina, this Pulga, to win his World Cup. And when it happens, there can be no argument anymore, surely. This is the greatest player we've ever seen.
But, you know, for me as well, comparison is the thief of joy. I feel that we're always so desperate to say, who's the best? Are they the best because of this? And for me, I just want to enjoy all of them. I don't want it to be definitive. We always make fun of Xhaka for that. He decides that, oh, he has like this criteria of what will then make somebody the GOAT, and they have to have done this or they have to have done that. And I think it's one of those things that you're never going to change people's minds who think one way or the other on these things. And even outside of those two aliens, Ronaldo and Messi, there's other people that will argue of players from their day, of players from before that. I'm just getting a bit of the reaction after the game from some of the players. Lionel Messi's spoken out and said a lot of joy and relief. Going to penalty kicks, we suffered so much for how it all happened. But then again, it's the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Going through is the most beautiful and impressive thing. And I think that just adds to, like, it's not just the momentum, is it? It's the fact that you know that you got through a really difficult moment as a team, and it only adds to that unity that we're talking about and makes them really dangerous going forward.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.